everyone, and welcome to this information video for the game Total War Warhammer 2. I am so hyped about this game. I'd literally just watched the EGX Rezzed live stream and I could not be happier. I am so goddamn hyped. Oh, I've got butterflies in my stomach. This game looks absolutely awesome. What information do we have though? Because that is why yous are here, and that is what yous want to see. Well, first of all, we got a nice, big, juicy cinematic trailer announcing this full new Total War game. Not an expansion, a full game announcing Total War Warhammer 2 cinematic. Yeah, I really should calm down a bit. The cinematic trailer was awesome. We got to see lots of the free races guaranteed to be part of the game. And guess what? I was right. We're getting high elves, dark elves, and lizard men, all in Lustria and that sort of thing, as its own game. They did say there was 100% going to be a fourth race, but they didn't tell us who it was. There was a teaser right at the end of the trailer that might have been hinting that something that doesn't exist, a certain race that if you ask anyone in the Empire, they'll say, oh, it's just a boogeyman, they're not real. Yes, what race are we on about? For those of you that don't know the lure, the race I am on about is Skaven. They were hinted at the end of the trailer the same way Chaos is, well, the same way Chaos was hinted at the end of the cinematic trailer we got just before Total War Warhammer 1. So, does that mean the Skaven will be the early adopter bonus / pre-order bonus for Total War Warhammer 2? No, it doesn't. They said there was going to be 4 races at launch as part of this game, so unless there's another race they're not telling us about, it looks like our pre-order or our bonus is going to have to be something else. There was a lot of people speculating that, unlike the Total War forums, that instead of doing like a race as the pre-order bonus, what they will do is have this race. People who purchase the second part of the game will get to play this race earlier than the second game is released in the first game. And I think that is a quite good theory. I can't remember who started it, but it was on the forums. Quite a few people are saying it now. And I think that would be a really great way. So say it is Skaven, and a month before the game is released, they have this Skaven released in Total War Warhammer 1. Because they are over in the Total War Warhammer 1 world as well as in the Total War Warhammer 2 world. So I think that would be a great way to sort of drive sales for the second game, going like, look, if you purchase this game, pre-order this game, which really helps us, you'll get this race early. It would mean they'd have to finish off that race early, and considering that's the one that... Considering that that's the race that they haven't shown yet, I'd definitely take that with a pinch of not a pinch of salt. Take your shovel and get a huge bit of salt for that. Because that is just speculation from the forums. But what else? Well, what else happened in the live stream? Well, I'm getting tongue-tied and forgetting things. Oh, I had something else I wanted to talk about. Yeah, they talked about lots of things. They said they've learned a lot from Total War Warhammer 1. They've came and they've looked at everything. They've looked at all our feedback. And so they have now said all factions, all races will start with 2 factions each with their own unique legendary lord. And so everyone will be able to play co-op as the same faction. So, for example, it's almost we've seen Malkeith in the trailer, the race leader of the Dark Elves, like Karl Franz is to the Empire. So he was already pretty much guaranteed to be the leader of the main Dark Elf faction, where I'm pretty sure the second legendary lord we're going to get for the Dark Elves is going to be Morathi. I think that's how it's pronounced. That is Malkeith's mother. She's like the ultimate spellcaster of the Dark Elves. She's got a named Pegasus, well, Dark Pegasus because it's Dark Elves, and all that jazz. So each race is going to get 2 legendary lords, each with their own unique starting location and faction. And what else did they say? Yes, they have responded in a deep measure to how much people were saying they loved the diversity in Total War Warhammer 1, and so they've taken that to the next level. They did have some beautiful, sweet animations shown in the live stream, but I don't have that footage to show you because that's not been released apart from that live stream, and I wasn't recording that live stream. So I don't have access to that footage at the moment. But there was some really sweet animations, and you got to see Saurus warriors. They were literally animated like actual lizards, and it's hard to describe. It is just so beautiful. It was gobsmacking. I can't wait to see these animations in game because they're going to be so sweet. And just seeing like a full unit of lizard men like chowing into some elves, it's just going to be... Oh, I think Lizardmen are definitely going to have to be one of my initial Let's Plays because those animations I literally was drooling. What else have they said? Now, yes, they also announced that regional occupation is not going to be a thing in this game. They're saying they understand why a lot of people were disappointed with it in the first game, and even though there was a mod to take it away, they didn't want to disappoint people again, I think was their sort of way of wording it. So they have got rid of regional occupation, made it as big a sandbox game as possible. And yeah, so the lizard men can conquer the high elves if you so desire. The dark elves can conquer the lizard men if you so desire. Instead of just raiding it, they're bringing back that sandbox. They were also saying how the Great Vortex that the high elves are using is going to be a key part of the game. Yes, the game's still going to be sandbox, but there's going to be a lot of gameplay elements to sort of influence and strengthen or weaken this portal depending on what you want to do as, I don't know, maybe as your ultimate victory conditions. You've got to interact with it in some way, but they did say it would be an integral part, but could be ignored if you so desire, if you wanted that more sandbox sort of aspect. Oh, what else did they talk about? There was so much, there's so much. I'm just running off adrenaline trying to spout it all out. Release date is this year, some point this year. I would estimate mid to late this year. And so you can be expecting it relatively soon. Just so hyped, I can't believe we're getting a full new big game this year. Well, I was thinking it'd be this year when I was before today, but it just felt too good to be true, if you know what I mean. But it made sense that it's this year, because they've already got Total War Warhammer 1, they don't have as much work to do, we don't know how long they've been working on it, yada yada yada. Awesome. Great, super. What else did they talk about? Because we're moving on as fast as we can, because I've got a lot to cover. I did have something else I was wanting to talk about. Oh yes, there we go. The map. We only got to see a wee bit of the actual campaign map, and it's not in the footage I have. I only have the cinematic trailer, but if you watch the live stream, in the second trailer where they were all talking about it, I actually got to glimpse the map, and oh yeah boy, it's in the background on a computer when someone's talking to you and someone's sort of just panning through the map on their screen. It is beautiful. It is gobsmackingly beautiful. It makes the map from the first game look dull with nothing in it. The variety, the jungle, just so much was going on. It was literally just jaw-dropping. But about the map more from a gameplay point of view other than aesthetic. The map for Total War Warhammer 2 is completely on its own. It's at the start anyway. So you're not going to be able to take your high elves and attack and conquer the Empire, for example, at first. Because they're saying... Right, let's word it this way. The campaign in Total War Warhammer 1 is no longer going to be called Grand Campaign, it's going to be called the Old World Campaign. And then obviously we're going to have the equivalent of Warhammer 2's map is going to be the New World Campaign. And as a free DLC, they have announced that it'll be shortly after release. So, I don't know, I'm guessing early next year, they will be releasing Grand Campaign once again, as the two maps joining together. Then if you play on this map, you'll be able to take your Dark Elves and conquer the Empire, or you'll be able to, who knows. And how that would work with regional occupation and things like that, they haven't announced yet. If it's going to be completely thrown out the window, if it's going to stay for just the races that have it. So maybe it'll be introduced sort of like this. Maybe it'll be something like the new races like Skaven, though that wouldn't work for Skaven because they'd be in the Old World 2. It would work for the other ones, so maybe the High Elves, Dark Elves and Lizardmen will share a pool of their own settlements, kind of like how the Empire and Vampires do. I don't know, but I doubt it, just because of this fact that Skaven are going to be in both the Old World and the New World, and them being in the Old World and not being able to conquer like Empire settlements and stuff like that doesn't really suit in the game. So yes, I think I've rambled on enough here. Anything else I talk about would really be speculation, and we're going to save that for other videos. I'm going to be starting this off as a full new video series. I'll start off as a Total War Warhammer 2 information playlist, and from now on all videos will be going into that to do with it. And we're going to start talking about stuff like the High Elves, what units have been confirmed, because we've seen them in the trailer, or we've seen them in this, or I've seen them in the live stream, animated, or this or that, and like what units to expect and for the High Elves, and their strategy, their gameplay mechanics. That is something else they stated actually, not just the animations earlier on, just how each faction plays differently, very differently on the campaign map. They're taking that, the game, let's say Total War Warhammer is a 5 out of 8, well we'll say 7 out of 10 for the diversity in the factions and how they play. And then instead of being 8 out of 10 in the second game, they're ramping it up to 11. The diversity in the factions is going through the roof, just like the animations. I forgot to touch on that earlier, so we'll just touch it in there. So yes, stay tuned. We're going to be making more videos soon to do with each of the factions, how they're going to play, lure speculation, any more information that comes out, I will be covering it. So I hope you have all enjoyed this. I can't wait to hear what you guys think and feel about this. I am super hyped, and I really can't wait. I can't wait for everything. I can't wait to see more gameplay, because I've seen a wee bit of gameplay, as I said. I can't wait to see more animations. I can't wait just to hear them talking about the game more. And I can't wait to share that with yous and get your guys' thoughts and opinions, and then just see what the rest of the community likes. And obviously we're going to be starting up a vote at some point, not in this video, probably once they confirm Skaven, and then we'll start up a vote for what faction we're going to play in Total War Warhammer 2. I really cannot wait for the Let's Plays. It's this year's, folk. It's this year. Oh, I'm so hyped. Thanks for everyone for their time and patience listening to me ramble and talk on here. I hope you are as excited as me. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.